Hey everybody, Charlie Runner 2 here, and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today you find us on beautiful Port Olisar, overlooking Crusader in the background there. And as you can tell, my attire has changed. I'm wearing my mining gear because today we're going to talk about and tour the Argo Mole. Stay tuned. Overview and Role. CIG's sales page for the Argo Mole says, Argo's pragmatic, no-nonsense approach to ship design is celebrated in the unmistakable silhouette of the mole. Just one look at this machine and you'll know it means business. Tap into your full potential with the combined force of Argo's patented trilateral mining system. The mole has a total of 24 mineral pods, each holding 12 SCU. 8 pods are usable at one time. When they're full, either head home or jettison them for collection by another vessel and carry on mining. 3 independently controlled articulated extraction stations allow for maximum power and near limitless versatility. The mole lives by the adage, many hands make for light work. The role of the mole is mining. Its size category is 3, which is medium. Its dimensions are 45 meters in length, 26 meters in width, and 15 meters in height. Its crew size is listed as a minimum of 1 or a maximum of 4 total crew members. Offense. The Argo Mole has 2 pilot-controlled fixed Size 2 CF227 Badger laser repeaters. The Argo Mole does not have missiles or offensive turrets. Defense. The Argo Mole has 2 medium Chamali civilian-grade C shields. 1 size 3 large Genzel industrial grade C power plant, and 1 size 3 large thermal core industrial grade C cooler. Mobility. The mole's top speed is 1,090 meters per second, and its SCM speed is 128 meters per second. The mole's pitch is 39 degrees per second, yaw is 36 degrees per second, and its roll is 95 degrees per second. The mole does have VTOL. The mole has a size 2 medium Hurricane industrial grade B quantum drive. It has a hydrogen fuel capacity of 951,796 liters, and its quantum fuel capacity is 2,759 liters. The mole's stock quantum drive range is 452 megakilometers. That's enough to make the jump from Port Olisar to Microtech just under 8 times. Utility. The mole has 96 SCU of mineral-only cargo. The mole has 3 size 2 Arbor mining lasers. For comparison, the Prospector has 1 size 1 mining laser. The mole has a mess area, a shower-toilet combo, 4 bunks that double as escape pods, and storage for 4 EVA suits. The mole is not modular. Hey everybody! Here we are on Daymar, and we're going to do an exterior walk around and interior tour of the Argo Mole. Let's get started. Alright, so initial impressions are, 1, very industrial looking, which I like. I like the industrial aesthetic, the bright safety orange color. But the other thing I'm seeing here, and you guys tell me if you see it too, these lights, first of all, there's tons of them. They look very much like speakers to me, and this reminds me kind of the Doof wagon from Mad Max Fury Road. I don't know. Maybe it's just me that sees that, but definitely love it. That's the bridge up here, or the cockpit. I don't know how you determine the difference between a cockpit or a bridge. I imagine if there's more than one person, we call it a bridge. But it has a commanding, nice view, almost like a control tower type view, and I love it. It's got a great view up there. Down here you can see the main mining turret, the one that's in the center. You have retro thrusters here, and then you got your weapons up here on either side. As we continue around, you'll see that these VTOL thrusters are in the vertical mode. You can see right there. And there's a lot of articulation with this thing, and you'll see it in the B-roll and when I take off here. How the engine's in the back and the VTOL moves and everything. So there's a lot of movement, which is very pleasing to the eye. Here you'll see the, looks like the port mining arm, our mining laser here. Very cool. It articulates as well. And then you can see your main storage bags for your ore. All right, so you've got 4 on this side and you've got another 4 on the other side. Landing gear doesn't have a whole bunch of room for articulation, but it gets the job done. It works well enough. As we continue on back to the rear here. Another VTOL thruster. Landing gear at the back is a little more substantial with a little more range of motion. As we get to the rear here, you'll notice the main thrusters. You have 4 of them, right? You got one here, one here, one here, and one here. They move into an X shape once you get the vehicle in flight mode, which I think is pretty cool. It definitely makes it have a unique shape. And our Argo has an unmistakable style of being very industrial. Maybe at times too industrial, and I don't mean that for the outside. The outside looks awesome, but on the inside, I think there's a little bit too much of the shiny metal, and we'll see that here in just a second. But, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that. It's to each their own. Some people might like it, and that's fine. Entry is gained through this central elevator here. So we'll go ahead and lower the elevator. There we go. And we're going to use it. And immediately we enter what I assume would be the engineering access area. When you come back here, you'll see there's what would be component housings with what looks like shuttered doors. You can see here the jump drive, and I assume the quantum drive would be here. These are not interactable at the moment. They don't open or anything. And then you've got a series of panels here. You have 2, 3, 2, 3. These are just placeholder screens that you would have here. But one thing I do want to point out, and let me throw on my light, and hopefully it's not too bright here. There's a lot of depth and intricacies here. Like there's pipes going in the background here, safety bars. There's all kinds of stuff with different textures. I will give them props. They have put a lot of detail into this ship. Hopefully I don't fall through the floor there. Let's turn off our light. So this is what I would assume is the engineering area, and I would assume your shields are probably going to go here. I don't know. It could be your power generator stuff. I don't know yet. They're just blank at this moment, but that's where they would go. All right, you'll see there's a ladder here, and then there's 2 doors, right? So we're going to the port door here, and you'll see there's room for a suit, because when you come over here to access this arm, and if this glitches the game and I break, I'll just respawn this and continue the vehicle, not the vehicle, the walkthrough through the magic of editing. But I'll show you why there's a EVA suit here. So let's go ahead and access this seat. So here we are in the port mining arm. But as you can see, we're kind of open to the elements. So you have to have a suit that's able to withstand the elements. So if we were on a very cold planet or a very hot planet, we would need either the Novikov or the Pembroke suits so that we would stay warm enough. Kind of like with the, what's the mining, the Rock. Kind of like with the Rock and the Rock DS. You need a nice seat so that you can operate the arm. Let's see if it'll let us operate it without... Here we go, power on. There we go. And let's see if we can get a nice view of this articulation here. There you are. So you can see me moving around here. I'm glitching through the ground. This would be better if we were hovering or in space, but you can kind of see how this works, right? This whole section comes off, and then you have control over this arm here, and it's the same on the other side. So let's go ahead and exit this view. Let's go ahead and exit this seat. So kind of unique in how that works. You would expect it to be its own like pressurized, encapsulated little area, but it's not. You're kind of open to the elements here. So this is, you know, depressurizing here once we open this up. So that's why there's the extra door here, and that's why you would have the EVA suit there. All right, and it's the same on the other side. We'll go ahead and look at it, but we're not going to hop in the seat. There you go. And this is what I mean by too much of the same metal. There's a lot of corrugated metal here, and it looks like the inside of like a, you know, a steakhouse or something. I would appreciate just a little bit of maybe like orange or something else to kind of break this up. But I do understand that it's meant to be very industrial, and things like that may be a waste. There you go. There's the other seat. But this is personal preference. I just think there's a little too much of this polished steel look to it. But it does change a bit once we go up a level via this ladder. So we're going to leave the engineering and 2 outboard mining seats, and you see how the aesthetic changes greatly once we enter the, what I would call the crew area. All right, so here you have kitchen systems. I assume these are like food dispensers of some sort, drink dispensers, coffee. This is your mess. Got a nice little permanent picnic table here. This is deck 2. If we head to the rear of the ship, you see you have 4 bunks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They look like they double as escape pods. I'm going to go ahead and assume that they do, but I'm not 100% on that. Yeah, it is. Ejection mechanism. So these are escape pods. 4 escape pods, 4 bunks. You have an EVA suit storage here, and another one on this side. So 4 in total for the 4 crew members that you could possibly have. And then the back here, we have the standard shower toilet, even though I don't know where the water would come from the shower. Does it come out of here? I imagine this is a shower head that comes out. You have your water controls, and there's the toilet. And look, you have toilet paper that retracts so it doesn't get wet. Whoops, I closed the door. A little bit of padded area here, little padding on the sides here. I imagine that's for like sound dampening to kind of help with the crew area. So as we step forward towards the front of the ship, you'll notice there's components access here. We can't actually do anything with them. I would imagine avionics / computers, maybe life support in there, but that's just a guess. Then we come to this room, which I can assume is some type of filtration. This ship does not have a refinery, but it should have a way of filtering out debris from the ore that you're trying to get. And I'm assuming that's what these are. You do have the same panels that you saw downstairs. I'm assuming you could maybe control this machinery or maybe just check the levels of your storage. All right, there's a access down. We'll go to that in just a second. You have more component access on either side. And then this is the bridge. I love this bridge. One, you take a little step up, and then look at this view. This reminds me of a control tower on like a target range. My time in the military, I used to run control towers for vehicles quite a bit, namely tanks, as a tank master gunner. And this gives me that same kind of view and that same kind of feeling. We'll go ahead and hop in the seat here, if it'll let me. Let me hop in the seat. There we go. Seat comes back on a track. The controls kind of go down. They look kind of like skid steer controls. And here you go. So you have 1, 2, 3 MFDs up top, a radar in the center, and then you've got dual sticks, and then great view to the left, great view forward, and great view to the right. Nothing up above, not much below. You have enough looking over the edge here to help you with landing and stuff like that. So all in all, I like the bridge. I like the view you have. Let's go ahead and exit the seat. All right, and the last place that we have to go is down this ladder. Ladders can be a bit wonky in Star Citizen, so there you can kind of see there, and we kind of just fell down, so that's why I was waiting for that to be last. All right, so we come down here, and we have what I call the main, our central mining laser control, mining cockpit. You see it extends as well, so let's go ahead and go to the external view here. You can see how we've kind of pushed out We're kind of hovering right now. We should be attached up there. But we have the ability to control this arm from here. Let's go ahead and turn on the power of this mining turret, if we can find it. Oh, there we go. Power on. Got a couple MFDs, and you can check out the range of motion here, which is actually quite good. We can almost look completely back on ourselves. All right, and you go down pretty well. All right, that's enough of that. And there you have it. So before we end the walkthrough, I'm going to hop in the cockpit real quick. We're going to lift it up, and we're going to retract the landing gear and change the VTOL mode so you can see the articulation. And then we'll end the internal and external walkthrough / walk around. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Pilot seat. All right, let's turn our engines on.
Engines off.
Oh, I guess they were on. So we just turned them off. Let's turn them back on. I don't know why I'm looking up.
Engines on.
All right, so engines are on. Let's see if we can get a good view here. We're going to go towards the rear here so we can see the gear and the VTOL and the rear thrusters. So let's lift up. All right, so here is VTOL off. And here is landing gear up. Watch these engines. Look at that, that's cool. Final thoughts. At recording, the Argo Mole is available for $315 US, or it can be purchased in-game for 5,130,500 Alpha UEC. What I like about the Mole. It's a medium mining vessel with multi-crew and very industrial aesthetics. Bridge view is nice, and I love the articulating main thrusters. My dislikes are, exposed mining seats on the outer arms are a bit awkward, and I'd love to be able to operate the center mining laser from the pilot's chair, though I know that's just wishful thinking. Changes I'd recommend. Better protection for outer mining arms. Maybe encase them so you don't have to be in an EVA suit and be exposed to the elements. And I would love the ability to control the center mining laser from the pilot's chair. Maybe at a reduced capacity somehow? Do I recommend the Argo Mole? If you're interested in multi-crew mining with 1 to 3 other like-minded players and also want to invest $315 US into the game's development, then sure, as it's the only option in this size category and price range. I would recommend grinding out the 41,000 Alpha UEC to rent a prospector to try the mining gameplay extensively first before committing to purchasing the Mole with either US dollars or Alpha UEC. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.